Welcome. It's your boy RT, aka Dot DJ. I gotta come up with a new name over here. It's not gonna be long. Not gonna be long. I want to get back to watching the game. Play-in has started. Right now you got the Hawks playing the Heat. Right now, let me look at the score real quick on the big screen. 63-44. Hawks look like they ready to run away with it. Not surprised. Miami, good defensive team. Just it's hard for them to create offense. Hard for them to create offense. But hold on, I'm up here playing with my soundboard a little bit today. A little bit playing with my soundboard a little bit today. Hold on, I'm trying some new stuff. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm not gonna be up here too long. I want to sit back and enjoy the game. So hope everybody's had a good day. Hope everybody's had a good day. But I want to kind of start off with this news a little bit off kilter before I get into the NBA news of the day. Hold on. Yeah, I like how that sounds. Try that one more time. Breaking news. Breaking news. All right. So for those who are unaware, Brittany Griner, WNBA star who was detained over in Russia for about a year. It was released last year. Those who have been kind of keeping up with the story, she is planning to write a book sharing her story about her detainment in Russia. Um, where's the official statement? I want to kind of read. It's something part of the official statement. Um, she kind of gives in her official statement kind of gives a background of how she immediately got detained. Give a short story on that. Um, and she's talking about why she traveled to Russia. And for those who don't know, a lot of WNBA players, women basketball players, period, they tend to play overseas during I guess you would call it the WNBA off season. And that's how they make their money. That's how they make their money. The majority of them, have very large contracts, especially like Russian league teams, European league teams, a couple of teams in Africa. But for the most part, they make their bread overseas, make their bread overseas. So it was not unusual for Brittany to be in Russia playing basketball. And just like I said, that's where they make their money at overseas. It's sad to say that the WNBA, with TV contracts that they have, and the possible exposure to the media that they have, that these young ladies and women have to go overseas to, I guess, what they call it, get that coin. Um, but yeah, she is planning to write a tell-all book, and also what I found to be very telling in her statement. She's hoping to raise awareness surrounding other Americans wrongfully detained abroad. Now, I did a story when she initially got released. I did a show revolving around her getting released, and I told people, be on the lookout. This is bigger than sports. It starts out as a sports issue, but it crosses over into so many different areas. And I see it now with this statement that she's put out. It's going to be used as a political tool. I wouldn't be surprised at some point during this coming year, next year, you start to see Brittany Griner in making public videos, releasing statements, being used as a political tool. One, you have a black woman, so it's going to be used to target the black audience. Also, then she's also alphabet community, so that's going to be used also touting that. Um, I wouldn't be surprised, she's going to be used heavily by the Democrats, seeing as how they were in office when she was released. Um, vote for Biden and whoever the Democratic candidate happens to be. But I want to, give her a little grace, give her a little space. I want to see what this book is really about, because it's not every day that you have such such a high profile person, um, especially that's known, in the national conscious, and even more so now, write a book about their experiences about being detained overseas. Being detained overseas is a complete different animal to being detained in America. Like I said, I'm curious to see, what she's going to really reveal in that book. Are you really going to talk about Supposed harsh conditions that the penal colony was sent to, how you were treated, um, in what way you felt your rights were violated. And understand this: your rights as an American do not extend outside of the borders of America. You cannot expect the same liberties and protections that you receive as an American citizen when you're in foreign countries. You have to abide by their laws, their customs, their standards. So I'm curious to see, what she's going to really write about in that book. How much detail is she willing to reveal about her experiences, or is this going to be a soft plush piece? Is she really going to go in um and talk about what it's really like, or is this going to be more of kind of a touchy feely type of me? Personally, I would like to hear more of what actually goes on in those penal colonies. Yeah, that's just me. I don't really want to get into the really emotional side of it, even though I know it was a traumatic experience. Going to jail for anybody is a traumatic experience, and I can just imagine that being even more traumatic, being in the country um, that's not your own. You don't have access to the visitation. You don't have access to the same rights you do as an American citizen. Like I said, I'm curious to see on what she's going to have. Be breaking down in that book. But y'all be on the lookout for that. As it is the breaking news of the day. Breaking news of the day as far as the sports world is concerned. Like tonight, you do have the play-in tournament for the NBA. Has already started. I would have did the show earlier, but I forgot. Tip off was at 7:30, and I set the show for 8:30. My bad, my bad. But um, just so that we're up to date on what's going on, let me kind of pull up the score again on the big screen. Give me a second. Okay, it should be halftime. Yeah, 65-50. Not in this. I put Trae Young in the thumbnail for the day because it was reported that Atlanta Hawks management is open to moving any of the pieces, meaning players, this coming off season in an attempt to improve the team. Atlanta, just a couple of years ago, was in the Eastern Conference Finals. The team has not had that kind of success the last couple seasons, and it's been reported that Trae Young has fallen out of favor with management. I do know it was an issue with the head coach that they had during the season, Nate McMillan. It's also been reported coming out of the locker room that the players are more so siding with the coaching staff and management over Trae Young. Now I would say this: Trae Young is a good player, all-star player. Will put butts in the seats, but he can't be your lead dog. One dude turns the ball over way too much. Like I said, can't be your lead dog. Can't be your lead dog. So, what do you get for Trae Young? I doubt you're going to get the Rudy Gobert package that the Timberwolves gave up to get Gobert this past all season. I doubt you get that. Could you get possibly a first round pick and a player? Maybe. It's also been talk of Trae Young could possibly move for 2 first round picks and a player. Me personally, I think Trae Young is a good, not good. He is a great complementary player. I don't think he needs to be your alpha on your team. Now, I can see Trae Young fitting along aside a more dominant playmaker because he is very turnover prone. The last 2 seasons, he's led the NBA in turnovers. So obviously, taking care of the ball is not a priority one for Trae Young. But I'm curious to see what this postseason run could possibly look like. Because hey, they're up right now, 15 on the Heat. Winner goes on to be the 7th seed, and the 7th seed gets Boston Celtics. Hawks get the Celtics. I'm predicting sweep, but that's just me. But yeah, back to moving Trae Young. I would. You're not going to get any worse. How you doing, Miss Murr? You're not going to get any worse with keeping Trae Young. You're not getting any better. I mean, you've already kind of got his replacement at point guard in DeJounte Murray, who I think is a much better all-around player than Trae Young is. Yeah, Trae Young is an exciting player. He puts butts in the seats. Um, but DeJounte can do some of the same things that Trae Young does. Maybe not as the level of flashiness, but he takes care of the ball. He is proven as an all-star player. Plays way, way, way. I can't even call what Trae Young do is defense. He's not standing in front of a man. He's just out there. He's just out there. Um, but like I said, the possibility of the Atlanta Hawks could be moving off of Trae Young, depending on how this postseason run goes. Um, me personally, I don't, you know, I wouldn't give up the Rudy Gobert package. No way Trae Young is worth four first round picks. And I would say this about the NBA. And that's why the NBA trade deadline all season is always kind of exciting because teams don't have a problem with trading future first round picks, first round. It's not like the NFL. NFL picks are, that's the backbone of your team. NBA, not so much. Free agency, you can build a team through free agency. You can build a team through the trade market. It's very rare you see a team build a contender through the draft. I think the last couple examples of teams being built through the draft, I would say Golden State Warriors. I'll probably say OKC back when they had Harden, KD, and Westbrook. You just don't see too many teams building the nucleus of their team through the draft like that in the NBA. So that's why first round picks is not that big of a commodity because like really you don't even know who the top player is going to be in next year's draft, let alone, I traded you a 2028, 2029 first round pick. I mean, we're talking 5 years down the road. You don't know who, how high that pick could be, who could be draft eligible. So they don't have a problem with trade. So it looks sexy. Now would I trade 4 first round picks for a Gobert? Hell no. I may have came off one and some players, but not four. So we're gonna see off seasons. I think Trae, truth be told, his kind of attitude, I wouldn't be surprised he wants to move to a larger market. Not to say that Atlanta is small, but Hawks without him are not much see TV. So I can see him trying to move to a much more comfortable situation. And speaking of comfortable, it's also been reported that Zion Williamson, has told the team he's not, he'll come back when he feels like himself. Means I don't know. At this point, man, pack it in. You guys are not, if you get into the playoffs, you still got to win the play-in, 2 play-in games to even get in. I don't see you guys doing any damage, especially when you're not 100%. And Zion is, man, it's a classic tale of injuries robbing a player. Man, he's missed so many games. Like, and they gave him a contract, but it's, I know they put provisions in there, but it's gonna be it's hard. It's hard. Like, oh man, I mean, I like watching him play, man, but I don't get to watch him play, enough. And he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. I wouldn't be surprised maybe the next 2 years, New Orleans is looking to get off of Zion if he can't he can't be on the court. The best ability, I've heard this said so many times, and it remains true to this day. The best ability is availability. Zion can't stay healthy. Zion can't stay on the court. I'm like I said, I was surprised they kind of gave him the money, but you kind of had to. You just don't let a player like that walk. But I wouldn't be surprised if they try to move him. Also, breaking news coming out of Dallas, as far as the Mavericks are concerned. Mavs management has kind of leaked out to the media that they're hoping to bring Kyrie back, hoping he's happy with the organization. They want a chance to kind of bring him back into the fold, run it back with him and Luka, have a full season. Luka has come out on record saying he's happy, but he wants changes done. The question with Kyrie is he wants his money. and he doesn't want a 2-year deal, doesn't want a 3-year deal. He wants the full ride. He wants the max dollars. Now, because Dallas owns his bird rights, they're the only team that can offer him at this point a 5-year supermax contract, which is roughly 5 years. I want to say 275 with the current cap. They're the only ones that can offer him that kind of money. Any other team can only offer him the max 4-year. Kyrie wants his money. I'm not sure if Dallas gives it to him. And if you give it to him, that means that you got two supermax players on your team, Luka, Kyrie. How do you feel out the rest of the team? The NBA has come out and said they're going to penalize teams that go over the cap, and the luxury tax penalties are going to be a much harsher. And this is kind of in response to how Golden State, the teams like Golden State, teams that have routinely gone over the cap, and it's like, we'll just pay the luxury tax penalty, but we're going over the cap to sign these players. The NBA is taking a hard look and taking a hard stance to that in the new deal they made with the Players Association. So they're gonna, it's gonna be harsher penalties, and they're gonna be some restrictions. So the days of the super team may be gone. So that kind of leaves Dallas in a conundrum. Like, do you give Kyrie the supermax? Is Kyrie willing to take a 3-year deal for a little less to bring in more talent with him and Luka? Now, I don't know. History has shown that Kyrie is not that unselfish of a player. This person says good. Yeah, I don't think Kyrie takes less money. His history has shown he's not about that. He wants to get paid. And I'm, get paid, young nigga get paid. But I think you have an opportunity to take slightly less money to bring in probably another player, probably a more of a 3 and D 3 and D guy that can kind of get the shots, because it's hard to find a good serviceable big man, or maybe get you a good strong four. You need defensive help with Dallas. Scoring is not the problem. Kyrie can get his anytime he wants. Luka draws so much attention, can get his. I think you need to really look at bringing in more defensive minded players. So we'll see. Free agency, we'll see what they do in free agency. But if I'm Kyrie and I want to win, if winning is part of, I take maybe a 3-year deal instead of taking the full 5 supermax. But if Dallas is willing to give it to him, and I think Dallas is still got egg on their face for Jalen Brunson going to New York and blossoming into the player a lot of us thought he could be. Anyway, do Dallas give him the supermax? I don't know. We'll see. I don't like me personally. I wouldn't. If I'm Kyrie, take less. I want to win. I'm getting older, but it's not my call. I'm not his agent, not his folks. So we'll see. And Dallas may be willing to do a sign and trade. He may want supermax, and another team may want him. They may be able to do a sign and trade, get something back in return for Kyrie. Kyrie is still one of the top players in the NBA, especially his position. No one can create with the basketball like Kyrie. He's just such a wizard with the ball, inside, outside. Handles is impeccable. But we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting offseason. All around for the NBA. You're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of players, a lot of situations change. Teams are not sitting on their hands anymore. Teams are willing to spend a little bit, move pieces, kind of like Minnesota did this past offseason, trying to go with Gobert, thinking that's going to bump them to the upper echelon. Because you think about it, the NBA is no, there's no Bulls of the 90s. There's no Lakers of the 2000s. Even the Warriors are, just one of the teams right now. And that's kind of due to age and, different players, different pieces. But no team is clear cut above, dominant like that. So teams are more willing to risk it all, take a chance, and go for it. And I like that. It brings a lot more parity to the NBA, makes it a lot more exciting. Like this year's Western Conference playoffs, more so than the Eastern Conference, is wide open. depending on the matchups, who gets out of what round and whatnot, is wide open. Wide open. Yeah, Phoenix is the betting favorite out west, but would you be surprised if a Memphis beats them or the Nuggets beat them? It wouldn't be that big of a surprise. Like I said, Phoenix is the betting favorite out west, but they're not necessarily betting favorites to even win the championship. So I'm looking forward to it. But back to it. Play in. Right now, you have the Hawks up on the Heat. Winner gets the 7th seed. So if Hawks hold on to the 15-point lead that they have now, they'll be playing Boston starting this weekend. Miami will have another chance. They'll play the winner of the 9-10 game for the 8th spot, and get the Bucks first round. Also later on tonight, 10 o'clock game. Of course, my boys, them Lakers playing. Gobert has been suspended. Yay, 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 yay. But other than that, tomorrow, I may take a break. But I'll see. I'll see. Got some stuff going on. I will be back for sure on Thursday. I will be sneaking in the show on uh, Friday, as right before I do what I normally do on my other channel on a Friday. But yeah, I will be continue to try to do this um, on a weekly basis, daily basis, Monday through Friday. Appreciate those who tap in, those who watch on the replay. We getting there, family. We'll get there, and I'm enjoying it. And truth be told, I would love to have a co-host, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. I know people is about being up on this microphone, so I ain't gonna. It's no pressure, but that would be nice. How you doing, Miss VS? Oh Lord, she don't find me over here. Don't mind me. We keeping it clean. We keeping it corporate over here. It's you free to come out the satellites and the clouds. We keeping it real clean over here. This is a whole separate entity. Um, yeah, I would love a co-host, Miss Murphy. See, that's always been a problem. I would love a co-host for any show that I do, but it's scheduling conflicts. People, feeling comfortable getting up on the microphone and just talking on a routine basis is kind of a thing. But maybe one day, I get a co-host that wants to do the show. Because I like doing my sports stuff and I like doing my other stuff. Yeah, you found me. Yeah, I appreciate it though. But yeah, we're gonna this is organic. You're not gonna cheat the system. I'm not gonna buy subs and kind of keeping it low key. Those that know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't want to advertise this for everybody because they're haters, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I don't have the energy for it, but yeah, I'm gonna be eventually Miss Murphy. Maybe I get a co-host that wants to come up and chime in from time to time. Maybe not they don't even have to be a regular co-host, but this will be a regular guest of the show. But we'll get there. We will get there. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing these shows long. I thought you posted. I did see here's the thing, Miss VS. I posted a link. And I was doing my sports show because the one that nobody watches. So I said I posted a link, and a couple of people that actually tune in from whatever I do got it. They know I'm over here doing this. I haven't really advertised it like, yeah, shared it on my other page. Like, yeah, come over here and check me out, blah, 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 blah. It's I want to keep it clean. Like I haven't, I got my little intro, I got my little outro. I'm not playing music. I'm trying things with my soundboard that, I'm trying to incorporate stuff into the show. But that's kind of, let me do. Well, football season, like in a couple weeks, Miss Murph, we will be doing NFL draft. I will be doing I'm probably do like a week before draft kicks off, kind of do like a position by position breakdown, team needs, that kind of stuff. So I'll probably take a week, or a couple of days. I'm not gonna, but I want to do like a draft preview. I see your progression. Yeah, Miss VS. That's the that's the off the chains channel. Like I don't want to bring that over here. I get enough entertainment over there. It's been some news come out, this so far this week, but over here, just want to keep it sports, keep it kind of clean. Like I said, no playing music. Um, during the show, just play my intro, kind of get into my show. Try to keep these shows about 30, maybe 45 minutes long because I don't want to be overkill with it. I just want to kind of like report on the news of the day. So if you're how do people do it? I don't do this, Miss Via. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe if you're digging the content. Yes. But yeah, hopefully, get some more people, get over here organically, have guests on the show, talk about, whatever sports related and kind of keep it moving. Like I said, kind of keep it clean. This is drama going corporate. Yeah, Miss VS, I forgot the playing. I thought the playing game started at about. I was so focused on the Lakers game starting at 10. I was like, oh damn, it's this early game. Yeah, but I don't really care for the Hawks Heat, but Hawks are up halftime, so I'm gonna kind of get back to that, kind of wrap up the show, so I can tune in. And tomorrow, maybe taking a break because I want to really enjoy all the playing games. Want to have to do a show real quick. Thursday, I'll be back. Friday, probably be doing a show around probably 8:30. Kind of get it in, and then y'all know what I do on Fridays. What I do on Fridays, I got the second class going in. Should be fun. Should be entertaining. I appreciate y'all coming out. Let me get on out of here because I want to get back before halftime starts back up. Appreciate y'all coming in. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I don't know how the YouTube jargon. Y'all know the phrase that pays around here with me. Truth sounds like hate to people that hate the truth. And I'm out.